Right. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. This is an exciting opportunity that you're going to hear about today. You're going to feel so blessed of the people that had invited you to this presentation. And my name is Kelly Ronsyn. I'll give you a bit of my background. I am from the corporate sector. And I have spent over 25 years primarily in the financial sector. And, when you work that long in a corporation and you keep on working and, you're just basically surviving, you don't have enough money to really, do the things that you really want in life. You're taxed, things happen and you just aren't really getting to where you want to be. And that happened to me in about the year 2000. And I just decided, I want a vehicle in my life. I'm more than just going to work, coming home late at night, not having that sufficient income to do the things that I want, not having the flexibility. I don't know if anybody feels that way, but that's how I felt for a very long time. And in the early 2000s, I thought there's got to be a better way. There has to be. So, I started to become an entrepreneur. It was the lifestyle that really was important to me. I could see the flexibility in having my own business, and also to make, as much as I wanted to work, as long as I wanted to work, I could make that income. And that's what I wanted. I wanted that control over my life, my destiny. And but it's not as easy, right? When you start becoming that entrepreneur, it's not that easy because you've got a learning curve. I mean, I went to university, then I went and spent 20 years in the corporate, working somebody else's mission, somebody else's goal of having a business and becoming profitable and then going public. I was working that, and I just decided that I wanted to become that entrepreneur. But, I started my own business. I was a sole proprietor. I had a corporation. And then, even that is almost like trading a job because you're working so much and you don't have that time freedom, and everything becomes a responsibility, right? The legal, the administration, the sales, and you become everything. And so that was a little bit challenging for me. But then I was introduced to the multi-level marketing, and that really appealed to me. That was something that I could do. I love the flexibility. I love to be anywhere in the world, and I can do business from my phone, from my computer. That was something that I really, really was interested in doing. And so I started to pursue that avenue. Of course, it's a learning curve, and you've got to learn, the different skill sets and the different trades of becoming an entrepreneur in that space. And that's what I started to do. The thing is, it was always based on a product, and the products, I'm sure that many of you have experienced that. Product-based companies can be challenging, and it takes years to open new markets. And, then you're basically trying to move the product. The products are expensive, and look at what happens. A pandemic hits, and then it's even more difficult, right, to survive. So when I was introduced to this opportunity in this space, so in the multi-level network marketing space, and I was introduced to this opportunity where it is digital, it is something that everybody needs. It is something that can be done very quickly all over the globe by just sharing the link and getting 75% of the company payout, based on your efforts. That appealed to me. That really appealed to me. And, it was the first of its kind. So what happened is that there was a company called Gotbackup, was initiated in April of this year. And what happened in April was the company, based on a 27-year-old company, started a new service that competes basically with the Apples and the Googles of the world. And that caught my attention because that was something that I could do very easily. So that's what you're going to see today. You are going to see a breakthrough, a revolutionary service that is just taking the world by storm. And that company is called Gotbackup. So the trends that are taking place, why does it fit in with all the trends that are happening? Well, because many people are becoming entrepreneurs. I mean, they want to move from the corporate world. You know, they want to control their life. They want to be able to have some ownership over that, you know, their life, and to make the income that they want, and the flexibility to spend their time with their family. So that is on the rise. And whether it is something that somebody in the corporate world decides that they just want to do on a part-time and get their feet wet and try, it is something that everybody needs to consider at this point in time, whether on a part-time basis, a very part-time basis, or, you know, like myself, where I really took the full plunge. It was something that I wanted to do. I was tired of living that corporate life, and I became a full-time entrepreneur. Now, world is going digital. Boy, we saw that in the pandemic. Overnight, people were on Zoom that had never been able to do a Zoom session. It was happening overnight, and they had predicted before the pandemic, they had predicted it was going to take 10 years basically for the world to kind of move digitally. And what happened is that it did go overnight, right? Because you wouldn't be able to do business or hold meetings unless you were on that digital space. And so people really, you know, had to really make that transition very, very quickly. But now, you know, everything that you had to, because people couldn't go anywhere, you had to buy things a lot online. And that changed the behavior significantly. Also, people being on their cell phones, you know, all their time, on their computers. And that's a way of life right now. So the world has gone digital. And if you agree with that, then just, you know, give me a yes in the chat, because I love that interaction. Okay. It's that is, I need you to be on side with me so that you catch the vision, because when you catch the vision, you're going to have posture, and that posture is going to lead to a lot of the excitement about what is happening. You've got to understand, this is revolutionary. This is when the internet started, and I was doing deals in the corporate world when the internet first started. Okay. And I just kind of thought, all right, we'll see what happens with this thing called the internet. Look at it now, you know, and now there is a major shift now, because everybody's online, everybody's digital, that now, you know, it's every day your phone jams up with all the pictures, the videos, the, you know, the contacts, everything that you've got in it. So it's becoming, people understand what it is, but they may not quite understand what cloud storage is. So the e-commerce boom, the e-commerce, I mean, everything. Look at Airbnb, look at Uber, you know, buying groceries, everything is online right now, and you've got services. They don't own the brick and mortar. So Uber doesn't own brick and mortar. They own an app, and they have people in there with their cars being able to become entrepreneurs to be able to do their business. You know, Airbnb, they don't own all the hotels and everything. So now people can rent out their rooms as entrepreneurs, make some money, and be able to, you know, to be able to use an app. So the e-commerce boom really took flight during the pandemic. That just catapulted everything into an online world. Cell phone traffic. Okay, we know we live with our phones. We're going to get into our little bit of our addictions of cell phone traffic. But think about it. If your businesses are online, if your e-commerce is online, if everything is online, then it is no wonder that the cell phone traffic has increased to 60% and growing. Why? Because everybody is doing your business. I check my phone a lot because I do a worldwide business. I've got different time zones all around the world. So, you know, it's the cell phone traffic, and that's where we come in with Gotbackup, is to be able to store that data. And then, of course, conversions to digital systems. Okay, so let's take a look at our founder. So our founder, Joe Tarrant, I mean, he's a brilliant man. And you'll look at that when you look at when you take a look at the back office and you look at the business, okay, and you are studying what he has created. He's a brilliant man. He's 27 years in business. $290 million in sales that he's achieved. And, you know, he's an incredible gentleman, very passionate about what he does, full of transparency. So, you know, very transparent. And you're going to see that if you engage in the live webinars and learn all about the company. They have a tour. You can take a look at the facilities. But he is, you know, he's an entrepreneur. He actually started 2 decades ago with domain name registration companies, well ahead of the GoDaddies of the world. He also was well ahead of what we know today as Zoom in a company called hotconference.com that's still around today. You know, so these are the kind of people that you want to partner up with, the people that know how to do business, that are transparent, that are full of energy, and that can take you into a whole nother opportunity. So the company, the parent company, is GVO, and that's Global Virtual Opportunities. And that data center is based in Schwartz, Texas. They originally started in Gatineau in 1997, okay? And they're now in Texas, USA. Why? Because they needed to evolve. They needed to get a bigger space to be able to develop their business. And so now they are located in Texas, USA with a 10,000 square foot data center. And, you know, keep in mind, servers are becoming more and more powerful. So what's happening is that, you know, companies, in order to, you know, be more profitable, they have to keep their costs low. So the fact that you've got a 10,000 square foot data center houses the servers that they need to work with the growth that we're experiencing. And that's that is a picture of the parent company. And so with Gotbackup, they created that in April of 2023. Okay, so a pioneer in the internet marketing. We've talked about that with the Hot Conference and the a domain name registration, but now he's done it again. Okay, he had the vision to say, okay, what's happening? What are the trends that are happening right now? Well, we know that everybody's moved globally or digitally. So what's going to happen then is that there's only going to be so much space that people can hold on their phones, on their computers. And so now what the hottest trend is, and revolutionary, similar to what the internet was in the 90s, is called global cloud computing. It's just a fancy name for data storage in a cloud server. So Fortune Business Insights, 569 billion in 2022. And this is the industry. Okay, this is the industry that we are in right now. And that's why Apple and Google and Dropbox are growing so big and so massive, is because you've got this industry of cloud computing, of storing data to protect your data and store it in a cloud, is increasing, and it's only going to continue to increase. So 677 billion in 2023. It is projected to be a $2,432 billion industry by 2030. Okay, so you take a look at, we've got an opportunity where people can get this service from the company called Backup, and they are able to, we are tapped into an industry that's going to be over, 2,500 billion by 2030. Okay, now that is a huge, huge potential. So cloud adoption could generate 3 trillion in value, okay, in terms of 2030. So, what does that mean? That's huge potential for us to be able to tap into a company where we can get a piece of that action that's happening. So global cloud computing market. So this gives you an idea of the trends that is happening. And that's where you get that figure that we had that I just mentioned. So in 2022, 546, okay? So that was after the pandemic, right? So you've got that, is that things are shifting to digital, right? Because nobody could go anywhere. All they could do is communicate on their cell phones, their computers. And now you're seeing this shift, okay? But look at how it's ramping up. This is ramping up in terms of the market, okay, the US dollar billion market that's going to be by 2032. That is not long off, okay? We're almost into 2024 and you're going to see the increase. Wouldn't you want to be at this start? You've got to think about that. Am I interested in getting into the business at this point in time when it's 633 US dollar billion industry? Or am I going to get into this industry when it's almost 2000 US billion dollar industry? No, I want to be right here. And that's exactly where we are right now. And we're offering, and we're offering the service to be able to do that. Okay. Sorry, my fingers got taken away on me. Okay, so I'm on a PDF, so that's why it moves really fast. Okay, so Gotbackup, so we've already covered that. The most cloud storage service. So here you have the Google Drive. Okay, so 94% of is the Google Drive. Okay, I'm just going to mute everybody out. Dropbox, 62% of the cloud storage of the market. So this is what they have in terms of the percentage of the market. And then you have OneDrive and iCloud, which is your Apple phone. So this is the cloud storage service that is who basically is servicing these markets right now. So we know it's a big market, right? 94% Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, and iCloud. So we know that this is a big market, but we are now able to get a share of the market and with a much better value, and that's what you're going to see. Okay, so Gotbackup, the mobile traffic domination, according to the GSMA real-time intelligence data, there's now over 11 billion mobile connections in the world. So that is a number of phones that are out there right now, and that exceeds the world population of over 8,000 billion. And why is that? Because people have 1-2 phones that they're using right now. They, fill up on one phone and they go to another phone. The percentage of mobile traffic from 2011 to 2023, you've got the share of traffic. So in 2011, you only had about 6%. Okay, we're on cell phones. And then it starts to really jump up, 2014, 15. 2017, 52% of people own the cell phones because you've got more and more people globally around the world that are using and communicating with cell phones. And think about it. We used to have to use those little CC cards and whatever to be able to communicate with somebody globally, right? And you'd have to pay for the cards and you have to pay for the service. WhatsApp changed that. WhatsApp, now that you can communicate with anybody in the world and you're able to do it from your cell phone, okay? That's not going to cost you, all that you have is really the cost of your phone. But what happens, of course, with that is that a lot of data then is now being stored on your phone. And that's why you're seeing that the mobile traffic has increased. And 60% of is basically people that are on their cell phones. And that's just going to continue to increase, right? So storing your data on a cloud system provides an added layer of protection from hackers and data losses. Okay, if you run a small business, this is particularly vital, right? As 43% of cyber attacks target small businesses. So we've got to protect the data that's on our phone. And this is that the cloud storage enables you to do it because it's a very high encryption level that the governments and the banks and the military all use. So how much do you love your cell phones? How much do you love your music, your videos, that you spend on social media? And that's another thing too, is that the social media browsing, I mean, how many people you just sit there and you just kind of scroll and take a look at things. And now more and more people are trying to find ways, are basically trying to find ways to reduce their data because they have to run their business. They've got to do more videos on TikTok. They've got to, store their documents. And if they can't do that, if they, if their phones are all jammed up. So being able to put it onto a cloud storage where your data is protected and it's in real time, where it's automatically synced to go into the cloud, you can choose to do that or not, is important. So let's take a look at the cell phone addictions. And when I take a look, I was curious about this statistic. 65% of people check their phones 160 times a day. So if you're looking at really maybe a 12-hour day, that's almost every 6 or 7 minutes. And I thought, I'm going to check that out myself. And sure enough, because I do business around the world, it does come out to that. So I don't do anything else 160 times a day. 57% of people, use their phones on dates. That's just like crazy. I gotta pass on that one. But another huge statistic, almost 80% use it as an alarm clock. And, when I'm catching a flight and something's really, really important, I use an alarm clock. 87% feel uneasy leaving their phones at home. I don't know about you, and raise your hand if you feel this way, but I feel uneasy if I don't even know where my phone is in my home, and where it is, because I'm checking it. Everywhere you go and you see people that are on the trams and the subways and everything, taking a look at their phones all day long. And that's because a lot of their business and communication is online and is using the phones. So, 75% consider themselves to be addicted to their phones. And I'd hate to admit it, but I'd have to say that I'm probably one of those statistics, because, I cannot live without my phone now. Everything is on my phone, my personal contacts, everything. So Gotbackup really is the cloud storage. So, here we are, we're on our tablets, we're on our cell phones, we're on our computers. And what happens is that, they fill up, right? They fill up with storage. I don't know how many times I've had to send an important message, or I'm in the middle of taking a video and it stops because there's no more storage on my phone. And I'm sure that many, many people have run into that. So the key thing is to always have that free space to be able to always run your videos, always to be able to communicate, to take those precious pictures that you have. So all cloud storage is that it saves data, across the redundant server. So even if one server collapses, then your data is going to be managed by another data center, which makes your data very safe and supervised. And as I said, when you go onto the homepage of Gotbackup, you can see a tour of their facility to see where your data is actually going to be stored in the servers. And there's a lot of protocol that has to happen in order for that to do that. Okay. So if all the data centers of the storage collapse or destroyed, then, then the data can be lost. However, it's very highly unlikely because you've got those backups data centers, okay? And that's really important. And a lot of companies don't. A lot of companies do not offer an additional server as a backup. But as I say, there's a lot of protocol that has to go in terms of, even keeping the servers cooling, fire, electrical failure, all of those kind of things. And they're very transparent. And on Wednesday night, they actually go through that on a live webinar. Okay, so 2027, look at this statistics. Cloud will be the pervasive style of computing. So it's just going to be a very normal thing for companies to offer basically the data computing. And, today most people think of cloud as a technology platform. Now, this is going to shift just as the internet and everything shifted. So, the mindset of that. Cloud computing will not only be a technological approach for delivering applications, but it's also going to serve as the key driver of business innovation. This is 2027. And here you've got 2027, we're in 2023, almost moving into 2024. So it's not going to take long, and you want to be well ahead of this curve, right? So, who do you know with a cell phone or a laptop? I mean, there's endless possibilities. And, I don't look at it as really, selling to a person. I love to start a conversation and talk to a person about, if they've ever had their cell, if they've ever lost their data or sensitive info, or cherishable moments. And you're gonna see that maybe even at this point, maybe about 60% of people have actually had that challenge. And here are some more statistics. 45% of cell phones usually have accidentally damaged their cell phone and lost their data. Now, I've seen phones that are so cracked, that it's because they don't want to throw them out because they've got all this data that's stored on it, but they can hardly see through all the cracks. And then you have 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. A laptop or a cell phone is stolen every 43 seconds. And think about it. This is your business on your phone. These are, this is your lifeline. Today, I had a very important contact with a lawyer that I had met on a flight from Asaba to Lagos in Nigeria. And I was looking through my cell phone and I saw his contact information. And if I had not had that, if my phone had been lost or stolen, I would have not had that contact. Now, how important is that contact in terms of our business? Let's think of it this way, right? And then I look at my cell phone and I was surprised I could see that I have over 4,000 contacts on my cell phone. Now, if I'm doing business and I lose 4,000 contacts, that's a lot of money, right? So it is really important to start thinking about how you are backing up your service. And that's why Gotbackup has an incredible service at the best value, bar none, in the industry. So what you're going to do is that if somebody wants just to be a consumer, they can get 1 terabyte, that's 1,000 gigabytes of space. That's all under $10. It's actually $8.99 if they wanted a personal account. They just want to be a consumer. But the family plan, I mean, think about it. You've got yourself, you've got your children, you've got your husband, wife. You can get 6 accounts, which is 6 terabytes. That's 6,000 gigabytes of space for under $10. And you will see that you cannot get that value anywhere. So when we take a look at it and we could say, okay, Apple and Google, they're in this space. What company offers the value? And you're going to find that Gotbackup has the best value, bar none, in the industry, which is what we can honestly say that we can offer with the same level of security and technology that is offered by these big corporations that do not give us anything back for referring their business. So iCloud, $9.99 per month, where you're going to get 2 terabytes of space. That's 2,000 gigabytes with one user. Dropbox the same, and Google Drive are going to give you 6 users. And the thing is, with Google Drive is that they started to increase, and you're going to see in a moment that they increased in size because they gave, as a referral program, a few extra gigabytes to people, not money, but gigabytes to people. So let's take a look at what Gotbackup has. The family plan, $9.97 per month. It's going to give you unlimited computers or devices where you're going to get 6 accounts. 6 accounts at 6 terabytes of that's 6,000 gigabytes of space. There's no other plan out there. Priority support, you've got incredible live support, you've got online support, offline support, and it's very easy to assign and manage each device. And what I love about that, and everything is going to be personally backed up for each device, and each device also gets a username and password so that that individual feels that they have their own confidentiality. It doesn't have to be in your household. You can assign those 6 accounts to anybody in the world, no matter where they are. Okay, that is a huge value, and you can do that for $9.97 a month. Or if you wanted to get the yearly subscription because you don't want to pay monthly, then you can get that for $99.97. Okay. So bar none, we offer the best value that's out there. And it's the best data and cloud storage service for the value. So what you're going to find is not just everything pushed up into the cloud. You're going to be able to organize all of your files, okay? And that could be into photos, into albums, into videos. You can sync multiple computers. There's no file type restriction. Stream music, videos, multiple data centers. So we have an office also too in India, and it was in Ukraine, but now it's decentralized because of what's going on there. But you have multiple data centers to be able to back up your data, file versioning, and you can restore deleted files. So sometimes we touch the delete button and you don't want that file gone, so you can actually restore that file data. Okay, so you're going to get the $9.97 per month, 6 terabytes, 6 users, and we've already covered that equals 1,000 gigabytes and over 1 million megabytes. So there's a lot of space that you can protect your data. Okay, so we've got 11 billion, we've already said that, and we've only got 8 billion cell phone users, so people are using that service. Now, think about it, we protect our data. Okay, we protect our data with our phone, and we've got our casing that protects the outer. But what about the inside of your data? Like I said, I have 4,000 contacts in my phone. I have, the very important contacts that can lead to really huge business deals. And I need to protect that, and I need to protect that in real time. So at any time, if something happens to my computer, or my phone, then it's automatically synced and I don't have to ever worry about that. And I'll tell you a story that I had where I had, I was just going to get some coffee at a coffee shop. I put my phone down to pay for my coffee. I walked away because I was going to put my stuff in my coffee, and I realized that I did not have my, my phone with me. Right, because that's my next appendage. It's like my arm. I didn't had it. I went back. It wasn't even 2 minutes, and my phone was gone. Okay, and so that is, if I had have been able to sync my phone and all the data, I wouldn't have lost all the data, all my business contacts, all my files that were on the phone. So this is the reality of what we have. So we've covered that. Android and iPhone apps. Automatic backup, so you basically set it and forget it. It'll automatically sync, but if you don't want to put certain files on it, then you can also adjust it accordingly. And you can access your phones or documents or data from anywhere in the world. So think about it. If you're a business person and you are going to a meeting, you can basically pull up your documents on your desktop and your phone in a very organized fashion and be able to present that data to your client. That's important to be able to do that anywhere in the world. And I've seen some testimonies of a person that basically is the south of France, and back in the USA, their home was robbed, and they were able to go into their cloud in south of France and pick up their information so that they can continue on with the rest of their vacation. That is serious stuff. So 10,000 square foot data center. So 700 million Dropbox users worldwide. That is what is happening at this point in time. And as I mentioned, how Dropbox started to become growth was that they were offering a referral program to get an extra couple of gigabytes, and it was to a maximum of, I think, 16 gigabytes if you wanted to share that service. And that's how they started to grow. Now you take Gotbackup that offers an incredible service with the best value out there, and you are able to get a piece of this industry, and the company pays back 75% of it back to affiliates like you and I that are willing to share and do presentations and plug people into the presentations. And that is what we have today. So is this a one-time ground floor? Okay, we saw the stats, 622 US billion going to 2,000, 500 billion in 2030. we do not say this is an absolute lifetime ground floor opportunity, similar to what the internet was in 1990. It's got the lowest price point and outstanding service anywhere. And you know what? When I take a look, and I said, I've gone through the corporate world. I have had my own business. I have had a corporation. I have been in the MLM industry with a product company. And that's great because I still do. I like my products. But in reality, what you want to do is you want to move into and shift into something that is so hot that everybody needs, because everybody has their phones and their technology, and that's growing at the speed of light. Do you know now we are in 106 countries in 4 short months? Why is that? Is because we are digital. We are the first of its kind, and we are ground floor. So if you've been thinking for years and years, and everything just keeps on coming up, and the bills keep on coming up, and an emergency keeps on coming up, and you're never getting to your dream, now is the time. And I am going hard, and I'm going strong in this. So 3 ways to earn income, okay? And you're paying residual commission on all the products and sales every day. So you've got unlimited frontline. So that means if you're bringing a person into the business, or you're just sharing, or you're just suggesting, you're just kind of doing some research and asking a person how they save their data. And then you just roll into, a good segue of rolling into is to say, you know what, I get this amount of space, and, I make some great income with it. Who in their right mind would not want to learn more about that? So you can bring in as many people as you want, okay? And you're going to get paid for it. Then they can also refer people, and you're going to get paid for that. In the first month, you're making 200% of the direct commissions. So there's an incentive for you to really work hard in the first month, not only to build your team quickly, but I'm just hungry to get to as many people as I can, because I'm making 200% direct commission in the month. Now, then thereafter, you're making 25% direct commission. Okay, in month 2, month 3, till eternity, as long as we're around, right? And then also too, if somebody comes into the business and you referred them, they come into the business and they referred another person, you're getting 25% matching check of what their income was each and every month. Okay, and this continues on. And what's exciting about it is that, we're into month 2 basically. And now, you're getting all the subscription, you're getting the commissions from the subscriptions, then you're getting the binary income. And I'll go through that in a few minutes. So here you're getting unlimited people, right? So you've got, and they say that in your phone, right, 200 contacts, I have 4,000 contacts in my phone. And that's why my phone is very valuable, right? So unlimited amount of people in your front line. And that you just keep on talking, keep on sharing this opportunity. Then, so let's take an example of what that means. In the first month, there's the 200%. And what that translates to is that you are making $25 off US dollars. Okay. And the US dollar has always been up very high. From Canada to the US, it's always been very high. On a sale of 50. Now the minimum package is $49.97. So we'll round it up to $50. And that is basically to join the business, to get the affiliate, what you could call a licensing fee, to be able to use the software, to get the training, to use all the tools. Okay. And so you're making $25 off of that. I started day 1, and day 2, I had made my money back. Okay. That is an incredible return on your investment. Then you earn $45. If somebody decides, no, I don't like monthly subscription, I just want to pay for it all, then you're getting the better value, and we encourage them, but you're earning $45 off of that person as well. Okay, that's huge, right? Based on the profitability of that's almost 50%. I mean, that's unheard of. You don't make that on products. In fact, statistics show that you make, on average 33% back in your products. Okay, for the same industry. Now, they also have back office upgrades. So what I love about Joel is that he's always, he has built in a lead capture system for us. So if we have emails, we can put those emails in and we can create campaigns, and there's a more advanced system that you can offer. And also too, that you can, they will offer to, if you've got the emails, they'll offer to do the scripts and do all the work for you. So those are called the back office upgrades. And if somebody decides they want them, you're also making 25% off of that. So that means the cart value is increasing, your commissions are increasing. So if we take a look and we say enroll 10 members, and I easily did that in the first week of my business. Why? Because I was excited about the payout was incredible. And I knew 10 people that had a phone that wanted to back up their phone. That was $250 US. So you think about enrolling 50 members. And my goal is, and I set my goal to say, okay, I want to have one member a day signing up to my business. But here, if you take the example of 50 members, that's $1,250 US that you can make from that. And that's just day one, right? That is just to start with in terms of the membership. But what you want is that you're going to have that residual income, right? Because they're going to be either paying for their monthly subscription, they're going to be bringing people into the business, and the growth is so fast. And that's why you're going to see the growth just multiplying. And why we're in 106 countries is because people cannot believe the payout, and also to the ground floor opportunity. So when, this is a great video for people to watch, that really is a 5-minute video that you can share. When you sign up to the business, you get a link, and this is one of the videos that you can actually watch on it. There's so many tools that are available to you to help you build a business, and there's so much training that's available as well. So to recap, you're saying you can get 25%, okay, in month 2 and onward, you're getting 25% of what the person actually comes into the business for, whether they want a monthly or yearly subscription or some upgrades. You're getting 25% of that value. And that is all directly to you. Then if this person starts to bring in this person and so on, you've got unlimited depth. So there's no cap here. There's no cap whatsoever. You keep on generating people, but you get paid up to the 2nd generation, okay? And then you're also getting to benefit from the whole organization. You're also going to get binary income, which I'll cover. So you're making, so if you get 25% as your direct commission, so let's say, for example, $1,000 per month, okay? And that's just your regular commission. Then you're also going to be able to collect the 25% matching check of the people that you recruit, brought into the business, and they brought somebody in. So let's take an example, is that the total amount of sales made by your direct referrals. An example would be that you made $1,500 from them. So you're going to collect 25% of this total amount, right? 25% is what you're going to make from people that joined the business and they bought the monthly or the yearly subscription, or they bought the upgrades. Now, what happens is that if they brought people into the business, you are also going to collect some money from them as well, the 25%. So that would equate to $375, and you've got a total of $1,375 US for the month. Okay, and then it continues on. So if you sponsor one person, and if you're not quite getting it, that's okay, because we have a lot of, as I say, we're going to do a great training session this Saturday. We're going to break it down. It's going to be very simplified from A to Z of how you, step by step, how you can do this business and how easy it is. And also to the person that you brought you to the webinar today, they can certainly break it down and go through that with you. But let's say, for instance, you sponsor one person, okay, who earns $100. All right, so you are making a matching check 25% off of what they earned. That would equal to $25. Okay, now you sponsor one person who earns $1,000 a week. Okay, so you earn from that is basically 25%. You're going to make $250 per week matching check. So you sponsor 10 people who earn $1,000 a month, right? As a matching check, that means that they have accumulated $10,000 worth of business. You're making 25% of that as a matching check. That's $2,500 per month. And, sometimes when you see these figures, and I've seen these testimonies, at first I thought, no, it's just because I'm so used to sometimes in different industries and product that it hasn't worked out that way. And, but I was open-minded to say, okay, is this really possible? And then I started looking at the leaderboard and starting to see the income and understanding this is digital and global and you can move it so quickly. Then I kind of caught how big it is. And that's why I'm passionate about telling people every single day. That is my goal every single day. I have at least 20 people that I contact every single day, and sometimes more. But if you sponsor 50 people who all earn $1,000, and it is possible, you're going to earn $50,000 per month. This is real. Okay, this is real. This is doable. This is digital. This is revolutionary. This is something that's never been done before, and people are doing it. So next you have the binary. So we did the first one, direct referral, 25%, and that's doubled in the first month. Then you get 25% matching check. This is the third way you make income, the binary. So as you're working, I like to call it the team bonus, because you're working as a team. And it's based on a binary. So there's a left and a right. We call them a power leg because usually the power leg grows faster than, say, the inside leg. And we always recommend that people put people on the outside leg and have that individual work with each other to build their inside leg. And that's typically smaller. So we call that the pay leg. So you'll have to maintain active subscription. Okay, that's a given. You've got a service, you're going to pay it. If you don't, pay your TV bill, your TV gets cut off. So, you've got to remain active. Then you're going to invite other people to join. So whether you basically brought these people in or not, you are going to get binary commission as long as you're active. So if you never brought another person in and this was all building for you, you would still earn commissions. And that is a first in the industry. Okay, but it's of no benefit to do that. Why? Because you can earn so much on your direct referrals and your matching check. Why would you ever limit yourself to waiting for that? So that's the binary commission, how it's kind of set up. But you get paid on each an active member. And how it works is based on cycles. So the team commission is based on cycles, and it's based on the company profitability. So what happens is that you have, as I say, you can bring in this person, or, it was an indirect referral, meaning that you didn't bring it in, but somebody else brought it in for you. So you start building your team out and you start to collect the numbers. And I can tell you it's moving very fast where people are telling people about the business, and they work in cycles. So what happens is the company says, okay, a cycle means that you've got 4 people on the power leg, okay, the leg that's moving the fastest. You have to have at least 4 people there. Then on the right side, or the lesser number of people, you've got to have 2 people. And this can switch, okay? Sometimes you get a superstar in the pay leg and all of a sudden you can switch legs. So what happens is that the cycle means you've got to have at least 4 and 2. That's a cycle, okay? And when you do have that, then the company says on the profitability, okay, for the month of July, and as an example, they paid out $9.55 per cycle. And that's what they paid. So I had generated 6 cycles. So 6 cycles times your 9 is, almost $60. Okay. But think about it as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That means the more numbers of 4 that you have here, the more number of 2 that you have. And the system will say, okay, which side has the least number of cycles? And let's multiply it by the profitability of, say, anywhere between a cycle pays between $7 and $10. So what happens is that on the end of the month, the company will assess the number of cycles that you've generated, and they will pay you out the following Friday. Okay, and that's how you get paid on the binary. So 3 ways of getting paid. Now, when we have compared everything, when we talk about the value of Apple and Google and Dropbox, there is no income there. All right, you might refer it and get a few extra gigabytes, but there is no income there. I've just explained to you 3 ways of how you're going to generate income with a revolutionary product and service that has not been done before in this industry. Tell me that is not, like, if you're not on fire, plug in more is all I can say. Okay, so we have the leaderboard. The leaderboard is great. It's in your back office. And what it does is it's motivating because, you know, in the first month that I was in business, I went up to a silver, and, you know, that's $500 US a month. And then of course it's going to multiply because you're going to continue to do the business. So my goal this month is 1,000. Okay, then you can, that's the precious metal tiers. And it's really fun because you can see the top income earners globally around the world. And it's very, very motivating. So when I looked at some testimonies and I saw that they were, say, 300,000 that they were earning since like April when we started, I'm like, no way, there's no way. And then I go onto the leaderboard and these people had even surpassed that and they were on their way to 500,000. You know, and that to me was incredible how anybody could do it so quickly. But it became so real, and that's why I really am engaged in this opportunity and talking to everybody that I possibly can. So the support, incredible support. I mean, we are doing live webinars, we're doing training, there's just different opportunities there. You'll see in the back office that they have all live webinars right from the corporate. They've now introduced that they're going to be doing regular corporate training sessions and webinars that are going to be in the different languages around the world, and they're getting people from these different companies to do this corporate webinar similar to what they do now on a live. To share the business, you're going to get a personalized referral link. Even for webinars, you're going to get a personalized referral link. You know, he's brilliant in terms of marketing. That's what I love about Joel and his team, is that they're very brilliant marketers, internet marketing, brilliant marketers. And so you're going to get a personalized landing page that you can share, and an email, like a lead capture system already built in, and that is free. If you want different upgrades, you can get that. An email marketing system that you can do campaigns and broadcasts, marketing tools, so you can get your business cards there. You can get, you know, stock photos of pictures that you can load up on social media. So everything that you need to do your business. And not only that, but, you know, I've never seen this in the industry, is that you have the training that is already built into the system. So you can do your live, you can watch your videos, you can watch how things are actually created, and you know, how the training is step by step. They break it down very, very user friendly. And that is the kind of business that you want. That is the business that is duplicatable, because you can go on all the tools that are there. You can share, you can work with your team, and you can train them on the tools that are available so that they can go out and duplicate it, because it's all about duplicating it as fast as you possibly can to as many people as you can around the world, right? And that's what they offer. And of course, the best, you know, team training and support, and the support is absolutely fantastic. It's 24/7. So if you have any questions or whatever, you can always get to them. So what you want to do is take a free tour today. If you're not in the business, you've been provided by a link by somebody that has brought you on this webinar. You're going to see that they use a military grade 256-bit encryption, and that is the gold standard of the industry. That is considered to be unbreakable, and that is what the military uses. That's what the government, that's what the banks use, that's what Apple and Google uses. So it's extremely secure. It is the top quality of encryption that you can get. You can't get any higher than that. Okay, and I work for a bank, so I understand the encryption that is required to secure and protect your data. So what we offer is, from that link, the head start in building your team. So you can pre-enroll, you can do a little bit more due diligence and understand what the company is. You can see how many people are basically joining your business or joining the company, basically. So in globally, and that gets it. It's a great marketing tool because it creates a sense of urgency, so that people that do commit to that are able to move into the company matrix and able to start making some commissions. I mean, we've seen a generous compensation plan. In this industry, there is no other major company that's offering any sort of payback to us where we can get money deposited in our bank for sharing a link for a service that everybody needs for a value that nobody can touch. All right, so life-changing results. Are we paid? Well, we're paid weekly, and that's through direct deposit or credit card through the Payoneer account or Wise account. So you can choose the option that you want. Every Friday, you're going to get a great email saying we're going to be depositing this money into your bank account. You know, congratulations for the work that you've done. And they are very great at sending a lot of emails and communication, because a good company that communicates is able to move very, very quickly globally, right, on standard communication. So how do you register? Well, we accept all major credit cards. We're working on other crypto and payment options, okay, but for now it is a credit card. And if you can go to Google, and if you don't have a credit card, you can go for a virtual card, and they're in every country, where you can actually load up a virtual card and use that number to pay. So it's a one-time payment fee of $40. As I say, that is to get one time all the software, use the brand name, to get your link, to get your marketing tools, to get all the legal, the admin, the training, everything for $40. Okay, that is to start your business. That is that's not even a dinner. Okay. The crazy thing is, but I see the concert, Taylor Swift is in Canada, you know, and I don't know if you know her, I don't follow her that much, but I do know that her tickets are between $200 and $1,000 to be able to go to a concert for the night and see a singer. Okay. And I say to myself, okay, some people need to prioritize what is important to them. Is that $40 for, you know, you can't even get a Starbucks coffee for under like $10 in Canada, right? So one-time payment of $40 plus your $9.97 every month for the product, unless you choose the yearly subscription. Okay, so that is to change your life, to change your life, your family's life, your generations to come. I would say that $40 is a pretty good deal. And so you have the two plans, but as an affiliate, so this is more or less a customer. So if you just want to target customers, that's great. You still get 25% of whatever they purchase. But you know what, the people that are doing the business really have to go with the family plan, and then you have the best value where they can actually choose to pay for it upfront as a yearly or even on a monthly basis. Okay, and once again, best value out there, bar none. Nobody can compete with that pricing. 6 terabytes, 6 computers that you can do and give their username and password to anyone in the world. You can go and access that data anywhere in the world, and with priority support that's 24/7 and easy to assign and use the software, okay, to protect your data. So as I mentioned to you, if you didn't have a credit card, there are a lot of virtual cards that are available no matter what country you are. Just Google and say the virtual cards, and you're going to see that you can do it in multi currencies, and you can load it just as you would with you know, a credit card, or you can get the debit cards from your banks. Usually they offer them, but crypto option is also going to be coming soon. Okay, so we don't have an exact date on it, but that is something that's going to, because we realize that people want the different payment options. Okay, so that is really, you know, what we're looking at. That is the opportunity that we are presenting today, and it's just, I mean, it's mind-blowing what kind of opportunities are available to us. And it's exciting. I mean, I'm engaged in it. I can't sleep at night sometimes. Mohamed and I are just up every morning, and you know, we're taking a look, and you know, just very early in the morning, texting, making sure that we're supporting the team. You know, just excited, constantly contacting people on our phones, and just moving the needle on this opportunity. So, it's definitely the time to engage. Absolutely. So I hope you're enjoying the presentation. I'd love to hear from a few people if you're interested in, in saying a few words. I know, Dr. Jalan, you've been, an incredible leader that is out there every single day. And, I'd love for you to come on if you can say a few words for us, if you can hear me, and I'll make sure that you're unmuted. Okay, did you get I'm sending the message to unmute. Just give me one sec. Can you hear me okay?
Wow. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for the fantastic presentation. It was so good.
Oh, thank you. I get a little passionate here.
Thorough and into details. I really loved myself. I really loved the presentation. This is good.
Thank you.
I'm excited for the business. And as we speak, I'm waiting for Tracy. I think she's called Tracy Brown to sign
Tracy.
me in. I can't wait.
Oh, good. And when did you join?
I'm joining today.
Oh, congratulations. Everybody give her a hand. Yeah, excellent.
Thank you. This is fantastic. This is out of the world. This is out of this world. Yeah, it's great. And actually, my colleague is also in that Zoom. He's called Henry from Kenya.
Oh, I see
I'm very
Henry.
Sure Henry will be joining immediately. I get it.
Wow. So tell me, what did you like? What was it that really, was it everything? Was it anything specifically, or what was the thing that really moved the needle for you, that you just really needed to sign up? What is it? Everything, or
the fact
just
that
was
you
there
have freedom of space. You have space. You can load. You can do a lot of storage, and the business is cool. I mean, as you're doing your storage, you have that freedom. You are as well paid. This is crazy.
Yeah. So you catch the vision. You catch the bug. Yeah.
It's
okay.
It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Wonderful. We are so happy to have you on board. As I say, that we are going to be, we're going to have training this weekend. We do this every day at 2 o'clock, the same time. And we're really excited for people to continue to share this, because it's unlimited. Whatever you want, you can go for. And that's what excited me about it. So thank you so much for your words. I really appreciate that. Thank you, and welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's now, I don't know if Henry, did you want to say a few words? I don't know if you can unmute yourself there. Are you there, Henry? I'm trying to get him to unmute. Okay, maybe while we're waiting, if there's anybody else that, Stephen, do you have some words of wisdom? You've been on a couple of presentations. What do you think?
Well, I just think that it's important to attend these presentations, because as you see, I was at the presentation yesterday. I'm here today because, I think the more you absorb, especially listening to you and Mohamed, you get to absorb a lot more, and it makes it a little bit more easier for you to articulate what it is that you're trying to get across to the prospective clients and customers and so forth. So for me, I find it very necessary to be here every 2 p.m. every day as much as I can, because this is an opportunity that is that everybody should not be missing out on, and everybody needs this product. And I think the product speaks for itself, but you have to be able to articulate yourself properly if you're going to be able to pass the message across to somebody else, because people are always going to be skeptics, and that's just natural, you know, and that's just the nature of human beings. So I find that it's helpful for me to sit here and absorb as much as I can from you, and as well as from Joel himself. Like for me, I look at Joel as an inspiration. As you know, we come from the same industry, the health and fitness bodybuilding industry. So as I said yesterday, it's a foregone conclusion for me that this product is definitely something that's important, because as I said, I do a lot of filming for my workouts. I do a lot of filming for my personal training clients. And, they need that information. They need that information so that when we look at the workouts, we analyze them, we get to correct the mistakes that we're making, and and then we get to see some of the good things that we're doing. So it helps not only me as a personal trainer, as a fitness expert, but it also helps the clientele. But and I also, this is an opportunity for me to be able to also sell this product to the clientele as well. So the more that I sit here and I engage at these meetings that we're having, the more I learn. So I want to thank you very much for doing this, and I think it's very important. And I myself, hopefully, I want to be a presenter as well. So this is another reason why I'm actually sitting here trying to absorb every day, because it's going to help me to be able to present. Because I think if I'm going to sell this thing to somebody, I also have to be able to present it. It's good enough for me to just go on the platform and copy and paste. But it's another thing when you can actually sit there and articulate the same way that you're doing right now for us, So I think as more people come on, they might want to look at it from that perspective, right? So that's the way I look at it. So I look to do a lot of presentations on some of the stuff that the resale tools that we have on the platform, and I want to personalize it, right? I want to personalize it. I have put some of my logos on some of the products and so forth, some of my images on it and so forth, because I want people to know that I'm not just selling them a dream. I'm selling them something that I am using, a product that is, is helping me out. And so, it's good to talk, but it's also good to walk. You got to walk the walk as well. So, and again, this is just a very valuable information that you're passing us. I want to thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, Stephen. I completely agree with you. I mean, I'm a sailor, so I can watch all the videos on sailing I want. But when I'm out on the water and you've got a 25 knot wind that's taking your sail and almost dumping your boat, that's the big difference, right? And so when you learn and then you learn, do, and you do that every single day, you become passionate. So it's not even like there's no fear to it because you're doing it all the time. It becomes second nature, like anything. So I appreciate that comment that that you said, and I think you'd make an excellent presenter. I mean, for you to have that physique and the commitment, you're obviously engaged in something, and you commit and be the best that you can be, and that's what we're all about. And I love our team. We're all like-minded. We all want to help each other and build together, and and plug in, because you're absolutely right. It's plugging in. Even the webinars where Joel did it last night, and motivating people to close, to get people to sign up in the so they can move into the company matrix. If you're not engaged, you don't understand what you're missing out on. I think that's really the key, right?
Yeah, precisely. And you're right. And that comes with the discipline. So this kind of thing, you need to have discipline, and so the more it becomes second nature, it makes it that much. It becomes a conversation instead of a sales pitch, and that's where I want to be. That's exactly where I want to go and where I want to be. So again, I can't thank you and Mohamed enough, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. And you know what? You had a good point there, because some people that think of it as sales, one very brilliant man said, you're either buying or selling something, right? But we look at it differently. So the thing is, if you're referring a good movie, you're talking about, it's not selling, right? It's referring to something. You're talking about a great thing, a great experience that you have, and you're sharing it. And we have to look at it that way. We've got to look at it that, and even if somebody's nervous about it, drop it back and say, okay, I'm just going to research. I'm going to talk to a person and just see what they do when their phone jams up or what kind of service that they're using. Because for one thing, you're learning about what people are doing out there, but it becomes so natural then. You can always strike up a conversation, especially in your industry that you have or any industry, and you're a little bit nervous about presenting it. Just go and ask a person what they do about their storage, because there will come an opportune moment for you to say, you know what, I have much better value for it. I get $9.97 for 6 terabytes of space. And they're like, what?
That's right.
So then you look at it differently, right? It's about a conversation about understanding what people are doing now with their storage, if they're using it, if they're not using it, how, and the fact that you learn how it's organized in files and you pull it up, somebody's going to obviously say, well, I want that. And, who doesn't want to earn income at the same time? So thanks so much, Stephen. I really appreciate all your comments.
You're welcome. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else has some great words of wisdom or anything that you want to share, or anything in the presentation? I hear you. Thank you, Henry, for mentioning that. That's okay. We all have some little technical challenges, but as long as you can hear them, that's great. And we have them, and we have them every day to invite people. So I appreciate you even being on. So thank you. Yeah. So, anybody else have a few words or the thumbs up? That's great. We appreciate you. And I'm excited for the new people that are joining, that you see it as a no-brainer. If there's something in the presentation that you want us to expand on or change or up, but what we're trying to do in these presentations is to make it very real, is for you to make it real, to understand that this is something that people are using. This is the future. Cloud computing is the future, because everything is digital. That's the message, right? Is that it's starting, and it's now in its infancy, not really, but I mean, it is in its infancy in compared to the opportunity, because you are at the start of the curve that is about to just explode. And to be able to capture that and educate yourself, right? Educate yourself on the service. And what we have is something, you're ahead of the curve, just even learning about all of this, because then you will be well ahead of the curve of when it starts to really massively explode. But you're going to be really wealthy, and you're going to be yachting with all of us around the world at that point. So we can all share some stories. So I want to thank everybody for participating today, just being here, learning. You're here because you want something better in your life, right? You want an opportunity, and I hope you can see that this is a massive opportunity that you want to just engage in and run as fast as you can with. There is support for you at every step of the way, and we just appreciate you being here. And if you are open to tomorrow, and invite people to the meeting tomorrow, we're going to be here at the same time, same place. So everyone have a wonderful evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And thank you for joining. Have a good night, everyone. Bye for now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Dr. Jalan, okay. Did you want to say a few words?
Yeah, I had a problem. I had a problem on my unmuting myself. So my handset had a problem, and now I succeeded.
Oh,
well,
excellent.
I have to thank you again and again. But my special thanks has to go to all the people in the room, especially Mary Chibwana. I've been proud to have him in the room today as a first time. And before we attend the Zoom, I had a discussion with her. And actually, we want to set up a program whereby we can strategize how to move this market in Tanzania. So wonderful. I have to give my thanks to Mary Chibwana and encouraging them more so that to attend the Zoom every day so that to comprehend. I'm so much contented with the knowledge, because you see, I've never missed the Zoom in any day. So I have a lot in my vocabulary, I have a lot of my understanding. Actually, I'm saying good as well as anybody. But I have a special request, if at all possible.
Hello.
Mhm.
Can't we make a translation to have a PDF in Kiswahili, as long as we are trying to make in French now, so we can make it in Kiswahili for Kiswahili speaking countries. So that's my request.
Okay, so what is happening right now is that they announced yesterday that they are going to be they want to do webinars globally, and they want to run it from the corporate. So the corporate is going to give the user passwords to different people, whether it's Germany and, France or wherever. They want to have the languages available for everybody to participate, similar to what they do on the Wednesday nights. So, and that's going to be in different languages. So what they're asking to happen is that people step up to the plate to be able to translate and become kind of that leader. They are, I believe, hiring people to do that at the corporate level, as long as people understand the back office, and there's certain requirements for that. But that's how they're building globally with the different languages. So you and I can talk about that after, because people have to be very versed, and maybe there's somebody that is already going to be doing that. But their goal is to be able to present in all different languages around the world with a standard presentation, so that people see the same message over and over again in the different languages. And that's what I love about this company, is that they're always ahead of the game thinking about that. So let's talk about that offline. And, I absolutely agree, Dr. Jalan. I love your attitude, because you are constantly on the webinars, you're constantly learning. And what's happening that I see is that you're taking this industry, and you're really, so coachable, that you're applying your knowledge to the people that you're actually, bringing into the business, and big people, big contacts that are really going to move the needle for you in your business. And I have to congratulate you, because that is the attitude, to be coachable, to be willing to learn, to be able to apply it every single day. So my hat's off to you, because you are the epitome of a great student in this industry, and your income is going to be very much a reflection of that. So, and congratulations, Mary. I know that Dr. Jalan just spoke with you this morning, I believe, right? I mean, he's been in contact, but do you have a few words to say for us of, the presentation, or things that, what you felt about the presentation? Are you able to say a few words for us?
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Great to hear from you.
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you for saying a few words. That's wonderful. How did you like the presentation?
Thank you very much for the presentation. It was so good, because this thing is very new to me. And when I was somebody told me about this, I thought it is one of those scammers.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah, you got to be aware. Yeah.
There are so many businesses online nowadays which are scams. So
yes,
I
agree.
was not sure of doing this business, but when I saw the name of Joel,
Okay.
then I came to realize that this one is real, because I'm following Joel since 2012.
Really?
I know Joel. I have been doing with him something called GVO. Then today I see again there is GVO. I was a member of GVO long time ago, and I've been receiving so many emails from Joel, but I don't know what to do. So I'm now so happy, and I don't know how to express myself, because I thought this one is a scam.
Yeah.
But when I saw Joel, I said, no, this is real, because I know Joel. I know him.
Wow. Well, this is
From
Yeah.
2012, I've been doing business with Joel, but that business, I think it collapsed because we didn't know what is internet, what is digital. So I left it without doing anything. But now today, God has, God. I'm so happy.
Wow.
I'm
Well,
so happy.
wow. And you know what, Mary, the thing is, you're right. You have to be very, you know, there are a lot of things that happen in the digital world that's going to happen. But by recognizing something or doing your due diligence and really evaluating it, you find out by looking at it or being open to even looking at it that Joel Theron was, and this company is his subsidiary. Basically, he opened a new service under the Gotbackup brand name as part of the parent company. So the very fact that you were open to be able to doing some research and then you connected the dots, this is an opportunity where there are now, like Dr. Jalan that can introduce it to you, where you can join our team and be able to really build and get the support you need to really be successful in the industry with something that everybody is going to needs now, but will need even more so in the future. So congratulations on that. I'm so excited that you knew him. And that was the same with Mohamed. I mean, he studied him a long time ago because, he's a very strong internet marketer himself. So this made perfect sense to him. So that's wonderful. What a story. Yeah, love to hear that. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to want to get started quickly and jump in and start talking to people about it, eh?
Yes, of course. And Mr. Jalani, I know him. He's my brother. We've been in network marketing for quite a long time with him. So we know each other.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I mean, you've got a all around winning situation here, right? A founder that you respect and knew from a long time ago. You've got an incredible person like Dr. Jalan, who's in the industry and that you've known for a long time. You're on the webinar today learning about like this incredible opportunity that has now surfaced since April and is moving around the world. So I'm so happy that you are here and that you're deciding to join the business and become a part of our happy family where we're all going to be very, very successful. So thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, great. And we'll be in touch for sure. Okay.
Okay, good night.
Yeah, good night. Okay, well, if there is anybody else, we can and if not, we can wrap this up for tonight. And wish everyone a great, great evening. Thank you for your time. Be blessed. We appreciate you. All right. Talk tomorrow, okay? Same time, same place. All right. Bye for now.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.